Welcome back, everybody, to Kindred Spirits on the Roof. We are into the month of August. We're going into August 11th. Who do we got here? Who is that? Megumi? I'm not sure. I can't remember. I don't remember any of these names. Let's see what she's up to. Yes, it is Megumi. Oh. On my daily Yuri patrol, I happened across Sonu-chan dozing in the Hoshiken tatami room. She'd fallen asleep in a weird position, leaning against the wall and holding her shoelaces. She was probably thinking she'd rest a little while, but fell prey to her drowsiness. It's the fourth day of the camp, and they've been holed up in their little task force HQ the whole time. I think she's just playing out of steam. Sonu-chan works too hard. I stood next to her and peered down at her face. It's not like there was anything I could do for her, but I wanted to know she was okay. She tries way harder than everyone else despite that small frame of hers. Her body can't keep up with all the extra work she does, though, so it fights back with fevers and spells of anemia. I know what it's like to try to keep up with everyone when your body is frail. You feel pathetic that your body can't do its normal, then you feel sicker and sicker and can barely stay on your feet, and then there's the anxiety. Feeling anemic and getting those nosebleeds must be really frustrating. It's hard, isn't it? But Sonu-chan still does her best every day, never complaining. She's always giving it her all whenever I see her around the school. She's got my respect. I doubt she'd want to hear that from someone who fell head over heels in love, worked too hard because of it, and wound up a ghost like I did, though. Speaking of giving your all, she said that herself the day she started working here, didn't she? I'll be your teacher starting today. My name is Sono Tsukoyo. Chukoyo. I'm terrible with those names, aren't I? It's nice to meet you. I don't have much experience, but I'm hoping to grow along with all of you. My motto is, always give it your all. That was a really short flashback, but okay. Yeah, it was really good introduction. Now that I think about it, really fitting for her. But I think most of the girls were too distracted by how small she was to really pay any mind to that. Especially the part about growing. She really does need to grow, doesn't she? Seemed to be on everyone else's tongues at the time, I could tell. It was on mine too, after all. Honestly, I thought she was cute, but I didn't really expect her to be a reliable teacher. But Sonu-chan was true to her motto. She gives everything all of her might, not only in front of the class, but where no one watches too. Well, I watch. Even though she's frail, she'll try to hide it when she's working hard and starts struggling. I once found her doubled over in the corner of the school, straining to breathe. I felt helpless. It's hard not being able to do anything but watch. Oh, but I don't have to worry as much now. Sonu-chan doesn't have to struggle with it all alone anymore since Kiri-san started school here. Kiri-san follows her around everywhere after all, and she's good at seeing through Sonu-chan's facade. Sometimes she literally drags Sonu-chan to the nurse's office when she's insisting she's alright, with an assertiveness that makes you wonder which one's the teacher. And lately, when it looks like she might have a fever, Kiri-san's got one of those white things to slap on her forehead. Kiri-san's kind of a dweeb, but she is reliable. Sometimes she can get kind of crazy with her love for Sonu-chan, but I think that's just what Sonu-chan needs sometimes. But Kiri-san wasn't here this time. I knew I couldn't be her replacement, but I grasped Sonu-chan's hand as she slept all the same. Don't put yourself too hard, Sensei. I'm okay. A murmur very fitting for her came back through the deep breaths of her nervous sleep. Sometimes I'll get a response like this if I talk to her while she's sleeping. It's mysterious. That's right. I stood up remembering something. I wonder where Yuna is now. Sonu-chan will catch a cold like this. Even if she doesn't, I bet the work's just gonna pile up for the task force. I'll go catch Yuna and get her to come wake Sonu-chan. Or if it doesn't look too busy, maybe bring her a blanket instead. Or maybe I'll get her to tell Kiri-san to do it. Yeah, Yuna's pretty convenient. Especially lately. Maybe it's a bother for her to do much for us, but It's really nice that we can actually do stuff now instead of just watch. Yeah, Megumi is actually kind of nice, isn't she? Despite her evil look she gives you sometimes. Alright. 24th of August. We're blasting through this, aren't we? My, if it isn't... One day when summer vacation was drawing to a close, I happened to be wandering about a deserted school building when I came across Miki-chan alone in a third-year classroom. Miki-chan had been coming to school over summer vacation to take care of various things, in addition to attending summer courses. I'd seen her earlier, watering the flower beds, and I decided to watch over her for a while, a bit worried that she might be worn out. Miki-chan set her hand lightly on the desk and cast a certain look around the classroom. It's getting to be that time, isn't it? I soon understood. It was a gaze very familiar to me. Her eyes had the faraway look of a senior student, gazing back on the days she'd soon have to part from. How did you find the 3 years you spent at this school, Miki-chan? I asked her, knowing full well that she couldn't hear me. I imagined she was asking the same question to herself anyway. You're the hardest worker I know, Miki-chan. Yes, I'm certain of that. I first became aware of Miki-chan in June of the year she started here. I found myself growing fond of the methodical way she did her work, at the time simply maintaining the flower beds as part of the beautification committee. Among all the people who would begin to cut corners as they grew accustomed to the work, Miki-chan was always very thorough with her care. It was the same today when she was watering, so gentle yet at the nice, crisp pace. I'm sure the flowers will miss your presence. Then, as I observed her, I'm sure I noticed the feeling she kept hidden deep inside and only grew more interested in her. Because she was the same as me. Miki-chan, it was very comforting to watch over you, but at times it could be frustrating. Before I knew it, people were calling you Saint, and as it became so commonplace to request things of you, you merely shouldered the work without a word of protest. You do tend to look a little troubled when someone asks you to do something you shouldn't need to do. But your hesitation always fades rather quickly in the end, and your expression fades to resignation, determination to bear the task and the burden of your feelings. It pained me to watch you, thinking you must really want to turn them down. I worried that your inability to say no so might crush you. But I'm comforted lately. I thought of Maki-chan, who so enthusiastically assisted Miki-chan now. Since Maki-chan joined her, Miki-chan's expression has brightened considerably. I worried a little before summer, but now that the matter has passed, she seems to be enjoying herself even more. There's even a quiet smile at Miki-chan's lips now as she looks out across her classroom. It looks as though your 3 years won't end with merely bearing the work given to you by your others. Frankly, until this spring, I had thought she would wind up graduating with that resigned expression sitting untouched on her face. It makes me very glad to see her smiling so contently in her classroom like this. Oh. Miki-chan took her cell phone out of her uniform. The fact that she's not talking on it must mean it's a text message. And I'm sure it's from Maki-chan. Miki-chan's expression alone told me the identity of the sender as she gazed down on the screen. Miki-chan looked truly happy as she tapped away at her cell phone while typing a reply. She's always had a gentle-looking face, but her eyes looked especially kind, loving even. She seemed cheerful as she tilted her head, trying to find the words to send. Texts must be nice. They allow someone to convey their feelings instantaneously. Then when one's been sent, an answer might arrive right away, which one can then reply to. All these text messages are saved on that small cell phone and can be read over and over at any time. Right, so she's like a really old ghost, so this technology must like blow her mind. Although she must have been watching it as she grew up, or existed, I guess. I don't know. If we had cell phones in my time, and I'd have been able to text, I wonder if I would have been able to convey my true feelings. No, I'm sure I wouldn't have. I shook my head, remembering the small pile of letters I'd written and torn up. The result would have been the same no matter what I was writing on. It looks like she's received another response to the text she sent. And just like that, she left the classroom excitedly, a joyful spring in her step. Picking out the cries of a late summer cicada from the sounds outside, I let out a little sigh. Once summer ends, the school festival will just be around the corner. Miki-chan was quite busy last year and the year before that, but perhaps she'll manage this year. Maki-chan is with her now. She won't have to keep struggling on her own. Miki-chan may have more than a few harsh memories from the last 3 years, but if it ends well, I do hope Miki-chan is able to enjoy her September. And so, when I spotted her figure out in the courtyard beyond the window, I wished her well. Then, a moment later, I recalled that I mustn't merely pray for the happiness of others. But for that, I must settle things for myself. A wonderful first time we won't regret. My long-cherished wish may soon come true. Megumi has already observed one couple come together. That day is steadily growing closer, but as it does, I feel a strange anxiety. It feels as though some impatience is bubbling up in my heart. We may obtain the knowledge we've sought, but will I have the courage to accept it? There is something I have yet to tell Megumi, and imagine how she might react is enough to frighten me. But I cannot simply tell her, can I? I must gradually build up the courage. I do not know what will happen, but I must continue on, for it's for the sake that we've worked so hard since spring, since meeting Yuna-san. Little by little, I must gain the courage to do this. I want to gain it from this profile of Miki-chan. From the way she smiles after she obtained the power to change herself. Well, that's nice, isn't it? I think we can do one more. Finish off the month of August, I assume, unless another one pops up after this. I think, oh, we're back to Yuna. Yuna's fun, isn't she? But she's the main character, so that makes sense. Oh, it's these three. These guys are fun. Delicious. I thought it might be too much to put sugar together with the potatoes, but this isn't bad at all. Ice cream and sweet potatoes make a great combination. Miss Anno is amazed. This is good. I could just keep eating this forever. Right? I could. But Anno, if you eat too much of it, it's fine. But it's fine. It seems to have started some old tug-of-war between them, but I'm glad they like the snack. Thanks, I'm glad you like it, but we should keep working. Yep. Come on, open your textbooks if you're done eating. I was pretty confident in the handmade combination of sweet potatoes and ice cream, and it went over well, but we weren't here for a food sampling, so I had to stay on track. We were having a summer homework meet and enjoying some sweets. Hino had returned from her relative's house in Tokyo, and Nina-san had tagged along too. Hina was due after her track practice finished. Everyone's staying the night too, but our goal for the meet was to finish all of our summer break homework. I didn't really want to spend the whole time studying, but ANOS still had a fair bit of work to do. I had been working on mine steadily since July, so I finished up somewhere in the middle of August. All I had to do was review a little. Anno had finished up her strong subjects, but hadn't really touched anything else. And as for Nina-san... why do we have to do so much homework? It's excessive, don't you think? I can't exist for any reason except to take away our free time. If you're saying this now after all that playing around on your vacation. Come on, it's the same for you though, isn't it, Nina? Nope, it's not. Huh? I asked her earlier. Nina-san's done with pretty much everything. She said she's just got a little math left. What? What the heck? Well, I don't want some lecture from a teacher cutting into my future sleeping time. What kind of unambitious reason is that? I guess she's just too proactive when it comes to sleeping. How Nina-like. Wait, then don't tell me. I'm the only one who needs this homework session? Yeah, I guess so. What? I thought for sure I'd at least have Nina. Sorry, not me either. Now get back to the grind. Haha, actually, I've been thinking along the same lines as Anno. I was surprised to learn the truth. I was worried when she'd spent the whole break ignoring her homework and sleeping, but my worries ended up being unfounded. Yeah, I'm glad. You know, let me see your notes. I'll make it up to you, I promise. Please? Sheesh, you know I shouldn't. You'll never learn if you don't do it yourself. Are you gonna do it yourself next time? But... I'll show you if you can promise. I promise. I'll do better next time. Now grind those notes out. I felt too much sympathy to get mad at Anno as I watched her gloomily copy my notes, but I figured she'd probably deserve the warning. My eyes met Nina-san's for a moment and she nodded at me, probably thinking the same thing. You've got to study just as much as you play around. It's important. Yep, it's important. I really regret all the fun I had now. As I watched Endo struggle with her assignment, mechanical pencil racing across her notebook, I turned to Nina-san. Have you had any fun since the camp ended, Nina-san? A little, yeah. Yumi pulled us out to a bunch of places, like the pool and a couple of events. I haven't really had time to store up sleep because of that. Is that something you can do? Nina was a bear in her past life, see? Haha, so you went to the pool, eh? It's nice every once in a while. You two don't ever go to the pool? We went last year, but... The pool, huh? Yeah, we haven't gone this year, have we? Me, Anno, and Hina went just once last year. I glanced over at Anno's face for a moment as I reminisced. Yeah, Anno at the pool. I'll pass on the pool. I don't think I want to go again for a while. Why not? Well, it's no fun if it's just super crowded and, like, you know, there can be trouble. What? What happened? Anno's popularity got a little out of hand. I see. Inevitably, my gaze and Nina-san's were drawn to one location. Namely, Anno's breasts. Saying she's rumored #1 at Shirojo is a bit of an exaggeration, but Anno has a pretty impressive bust size. She was very popular at the pool last year. Yeah, very popular. Several very forward men hit on her, and she said she felt everyone's eyes on her the whole time. Lots of men's eyes were there, but quite a few women staring too. She had to show off with her swimsuit, of course, and I'm not surprised that even women were gaping at her figure. In fact, I might have had a similar reaction the first time I saw her in a swimsuit like that too. I see. What the heck, Nina? Stop staring. It's not like I wanted to get this big. Yeah, well, I guess so, but it's pretty tough, you know, in all sorts of ways. Yeah, I've got to agree now that I'm remembering that trip to the pool. I get that, but, well, as someone whose figure hasn't really changed since I started school, I'm a little, well, how should I say this? Frustrated? Jealous? They haven't gotten even bigger, have they? No way, of course not. What? They're even bigger? I guess you're still a growing girl, huh? I'm the same age as you two. Should we take a bath together then? No way. Were you the type to say stuff like that, Nina? I'm happy for the invitation, but I can't really do IRL. I've got some stress stored up lately, you know. And I'm your outlet. I'll go get the tape measure. You know, what is this? With perfect timing, the doorbell rang. I went out to the front door and found Hina there, home from practice. Did she hurry back? She was breathing kinda hard and smelt a bit sweaty. Welcome back, Hina. I'm home, Yunani. Hina gave a little nod, then peeked into my room. Are you teasing Nano-chan? Not necessarily. We were just talking about how we went to the pool last year, remember? Go wash your hands. I'll make you some tea. We've got sweets too. Nina pattered off to the bathroom for a moment, then popped right back out and walked straight into my room. Need help? You're measuring ANOS-chan's boobs, aren't you? How did you get that from so few words? No, you don't need to... Ooh, let's do it. Or do you want to wait until the bath after all, Ano? No. We're taking separate bath. Privacy important. Well, it's not like we're really going to measure them. I turned away from the moon to go get Hina her snack. It feels a little livelier, or just noisier than usual. All that's different is Nino-san's with us now, but the mood has changed a lot, huh? I don't mind things being like this at all. Ever since I met Sachi-san and Megumi, I've clearly started to change too. Nino-san's joining us all this activity is a good example of that change. In the beginning I was thinking, why me? And was too busy to really worry about it, but I've gradually begun to enjoy the changes occurring around me. Change, huh? Maybe some physical changes might accompany the rest? No? Well, it was a fun little scene, wasn't it? Nina's probably my favorite. Nina is my favorite, I think. Anyways, looks like we finished the month of August, so... We've only got 2 months left. Wow, there's actually not too much. I mean, I think some new ones will pop up. So anyways, we'll save that for another time, I think. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you next time. And as always, goodbye.